We'll begin kneeling in the child posture and take a little bit of time to look around the body, see how you're feeling at the start of the session, and then beginning to engage with the breath. As you breathe in, feeling the ribs expanding. As you finish each out breath, engaging the lower abdominal muscles. Keeping the muscles of the face relaxed, feeling the smooth flow of the breath into and out of the body. So we'll sit up, and you can sit here in a kneeling position or in a cross-leg position if that's more comfortable, or on a yoga block, and we'll do some side stretches. Pressing down with the one hand into the floor as you stretch the other arm, first vertically, then over to the side. Turning the head to look up past the arm towards the ceiling. Breathing in as you raise the arm, breathing out as you stretch over to the side. Starting to feel the muscles all the way down the side of the body opening out. The muscles between the ribs starting to stretch. And then bringing the hands up to the shoulders to do some twists, just using the abdominal muscles, the oblique abdominal muscles. Breathing out as you turn to the side, breathing in as you come through the front. Doing that about 3 times to each side. Keeping a nice vertical spine all the way through. So then we'll come back, or we'll just stretch up to finish with pushing the palms up to the ceiling, lengthening both sides of the body and the back. And then coming round to all fours. Plant the weight into the palms, stretch out the left leg, toes to the floor, push away through the heel to stretch out the calf muscle. Engage the back of the shoulder blades, and then lift the right knee a little bit off the floor, just 1 inch or 2, and hold that. And then planting the right knee back down to the floor, lift the right arm, left leg, stretch between the right hand and the left heel. And then a few tiger stretches, bringing the left knee to the chest, the right elbow into the stomach as you breathe out, and as you breathe in, stretching the leg up behind you and the arm up ahead of you. Keep the breath flowing nice and smoothly. Back to all fours, stretch out the right leg, toes to the floor, press away through the right heel. Engage the weight through the arms, through the palms of the hands, and then lifting the left knee a little bit off the floor, just holding that, using your core strength just to maintain a nice steady position. And then planting the left knee, stretch out the right heel, left arm, nice horizontal back, and then we can do a few of the stretches here. As you breathe out, left elbow into the stomach, right knee to the forehead. As you breathe in, stretching the arm and the hand up. Back to all fours. And then we'll sink down to child posture, keeping the arms stretched out in front. And then as we inhale, coming up to an upright kneeling position, stretching up the front of the body, bringing the palms together. As you exhale, sinking back onto the heels. As you inhale to all fours, and as you exhale to downward facing dog. As you inhale, knees back to the floor, exhaling back down onto the heels. And we'll do that sequence twice more. Keeping the breath flowing smoothly as you lift up. Feeling the breath in the back of the throat as you sink back to the heels. Inhaling to all fours, exhaling to down dog. You can keep the knees a little bit bent in the down dog position to start with. sinking back to the heels. One more time, we'll finish in down dog. So as you inhale, lifting the arms, stretching up the front of the body. As you exhale, sinking back onto the heels, child posture. As you inhale, all fours, lengthening up the front of the body. As you exhale, downward facing dog. And we do a few side stretches here. So just bend one knee and take the hips over to that side, stretching the opposite side of the body. You can do that 3 times to each side. As usual, maintaining awareness of the breath. Exhaling as you stretch over to the side, inhaling as you come back to the center. Try and keep the weight back. Try not to bring the weight forward as you move from side to side. And then stepping forwards with the right foot to the right hand, and we'll just hold a low lunge, stretching out through the muscles of the left leg. Back to down dog, and then step forwards with the left foot, and the same runner's lunge, stretching out the right quadriceps, stepping forwards. Inhale to your half forward bend, exhale, full forward bend, and then inhaling, press down through the feet, lift all the way up, bring the arms back to the sides. And we'll do just a few more side stretches. So we'll bring both hands up, stretching over to your left as you exhale, into the center, over to the right as you exhale, into the center on the inhale, twice more to each side. This posture is also called half moon posture, as you're forming a more of a crescent moon as you stretch over to each side. Feeling that nice stretch down the side of the body, feeling the ribs stretching apart as well. So we'll come back to the front of the mat if you're not already there, and we'll go through a sun salutation. We'll do a few half forward bends to begin with. Folding forwards as you exhale, bend the knees to get the upper body onto the upper legs. Inhale to the half forward bend. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, press down through the feet, come all the way back up. Raising the arms. Exhaling, hands back to the sides. Or if you haven't got the space, we can just keep the hands to the heart center in Anjali Mudra. Exhaling, fold forwards, bending the knees, head down. Inhaling, lengthening through the front of the body. Exhaling, folding forwards. Inhaling, lifting all the way up. Exhaling, hands back to the heart center or down to the sides. Last time, inhaling, stretching up. Exhaling, folding forwards. Inhaling to your half forward bend. Exhaling to the full forward bend. And we'll step back this time with the left foot. Engage the core muscles, engage the muscles of the hips and of the lower abdomen, and then lift up to a raised runner. If this is too strong, keep the left knee on the floor. Bring both hands down, we're stepping back to a plank. We'll just hold that for a moment, and then both knees down, 8-point contact. Come into the prone position, breathe into a gentle cobra, more of a chest expansion. Push back to down dog. And take a full breath here. And then we'll step forwards with the left foot. Do a run on the opposite side. So again, just engage the core muscles before you lift up. You can open the chest if you're comfortable with the balance. Look up. Breathe deeply. Hands to the floor. We'll step forwards, right foot to the left. We'll inhale into the half forward bend. Exhale, full forward bend. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Raising the arms. Exhaling, hands back to the chest. So we'll do that on the other side. Inhaling as we reach up. Exhaling as we fold forwards. Inhaling as we lengthen through the front of the body. Exhaling, folding forwards, and then stepping back with the right foot. Again, engage the core muscles. Be aware of the muscles around the hips, lower abdomen, and lifting up. Again, we can have the right knee on the floor if this is too strong. Hands down to the floor, stepping back to your plank. You can immediately put the knees down, lower to 8-point contact, through prone up to gentle cobra. Push back to downward facing dog. Again, pausing here. Take a couple of breaths and then we'll step forwards again with the right foot. Engage the core muscles, lift up on the in-breath. Push your way through that back heel if you haven't got the knee on the floor. And then we'll bring both hands to the floor, step forwards, feet together, inhale, length through the front of the body, half forward bend, exhale, full forward bend. Inhaling, pressing down through the feet, coming all the way up. So we'll do another sun salutation. This time we'll begin with Utkatasana. So bending at the knees, bringing the hands down and then lifting the arms, chair posture. You can bring the hands together above the head or just keep the arms parallel. And we're going to come into the twist version of Utkatasana. So if you can, bring the right elbow around the outside of the left knee, or you could just hold on to that knee and put the left hand onto the left hip. Coming back through the center, try and maintain the chair posture as you then twist around to the right. Again, you can just place the left hand onto the left knee or the right hand onto the right hip. Otherwise, bringing the hands together in Anjali Mudra. Come back to the center and then fold forward into Uttanasana, full forward bend. And we'll pause here, taking a few breaths, allowing the head to hang down the back of the neck to lengthen, working on stretching the hamstrings. So now a second sun salutation, this time jumping back, if you can, with both feet to the plank position or stepping back one at a time, holding plank posture, and then lowering down to Chaturanga. So you can do this by placing the knees down first, then bending at the elbows, or keep the whole back lengthening. Inhale to upward facing dog, exhale to downward facing dog. Take a full breath here, and then bending the right leg at the right knee and taking the right knee out to the side. Press down a little bit through the right hand, keep the chest facing forwards, and then stretch the right leg out behind you, hips level, and stepping forwards with the right foot to the right hand. We're coming out to a warrior one, so bring the left heel down onto the floor, lifting up, just check the positioning of the feet, thinking about the left foot pressing down and rotating outwards as the left waist comes around towards the right. Keep the right knee stacked over the right heel. Hands together or arms parallel, looking up if you're happy with the balance. And then straightening the front leg, bringing the hands down to the floor. You could place them on bricks or blocks. You can keep the right knee a little bit bent if you need to get the hands to the floor as we come into a variation on pyramid posture. Right hips moving back and up, left hips moving back and down. And then moving into the revolved triangle posture, left hand onto the floor or again onto a brick or block. Rotate the body to the right. Focusing less on taking the right arm back, rather taking the right shoulder back. Turning the head to look up past the thumbs to the ceiling. Returning to a lunge, and then we're going to step back to a side plank. So place the weight through the left hand, stepping back, right foot on left foot. You can do this by keeping the left knee on the floor if this is too strong. Otherwise, we're really invoking the core muscles to keep the back, the whole body nice and straight, stacking the shoulders and the arms. Returning to the standard straight-armed plank, and then lowering to a chaturanga. So bend the arms at the elbows. You can place the knees on the floor for this if it's too strong. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Pause for 2 or 3 breaths. And then we'll repeat that on the left-hand side. Bending the left leg at the knee, take the knee out to the side as though you're reaching back with your foot to touch the wall to your right. And then stretching the leg out behind you, level hips, stepping forwards. Might take 1 or 2 steps to get there, but bringing the left foot to the left hand. Right heel down. Bring the hands up onto the front knee just for balance and to check the positioning of both feet. Hips are square to the front of the mat as you press down through the outer edge of the right foot as though you're rotating that outwards, bringing the right waist around to the left to keep the core of the body facing forwards. Left knee stacked over left heel. Straightening the front leg as we fold forward into the pyramid posture, Parvottanasana. Left hip moving back and up, right hip back and down. And then coming into the revolved triangle posture to the left side. Right hand to the floor, rotate the body to the left. Keep that left hip moving back and up as you stack the shoulders and the arms. Maybe looking up past the thumbs to the ceiling. Returning to the lunge, then we're going to do the plank to the opposite side, so the weight's going to go down through the right hand. So roll the right foot over onto its side, left foot onto right foot, or keep the right knee on the floor. Side plank. Core muscles come into use here to keep the body lovely and straight. Back to the plank, coming to a chaturanga. Don't allow the elbows to bend more than 90 degrees in chaturanga. Upward facing dog, and then back through to downward facing dog. So we're going to pause here just to allow the breath to slow down, allow the heart rate to slow. If you wish, you can bring the knees to the floor and then sink down into a child posture at this point. Again, allowing the momentum of the breath to slow, allowing the breath to slow. In either case, in downward facing dog or child posture, think about breathing a little bit more into the back of the body, back of the rib cage expanding with each inhalation. So we're going to bring both feet forwards to the hands. You could do this with a little hop, or you can step forwards. We inhale to the half forward bend, exhale to the full forward bend, and then lifting all the way up, raising the arms and bringing the hands back to the sides. We're going to come into the raised hand to big toe posture. So we can do this by beginning by raising the right knee and clasping that into the body, keeping the upper body upright. Alternative is to grasp the right big toe and stretch the heel out. If you can, straighten the leg, otherwise keep the knee bent so you can keep the upper body upright. And then taking the leg or the bent knee out to the right, and we could try raising the left arm, stretching up through the left side as you stretch out with the right heel, or just keeping the right hip open. Come back to the center and then pull the knee into the chest, and then just see if you can hold the knee up by itself without the hands. To make this even a little bit more difficult, you could try straightening the leg out. hold that just as long as feels comfortable, and then knee back to chest, and then lower the foot back down to the floor. And then we'll try that on the opposite side. So squeezing the left knee into the chest, standing leg nice and straight and strong. If you want, grasp the left big toes and stretch that heel out. You're pulling the leg, in this case, back into the socket and keeping the whole body nice and erect. We take the foot out to the side, or if we have the bent knee, take the knee out to the side, raise the right arm. Bringing the leg or the knee back to the center. Bring the knee back into the chest, and then see if you can hold it up just with the muscle power. And if you want to make it a little bit more difficult, try stretching that leg out. You're pushing away here through the ball of the left foot. And then once more, bring the knee into the chest, lower the foot to the floor. Back to the front of the mat, and we'll do a little vinyasa back to go down to a seated position. So we'll inhale into our upright position, exhale, forward bend. Inhale, lengthening the front of the body, half forward bend. And again, stepping one foot at a time or jumping back to a plank. Lowering down through Chaturanga Dandasana. In breath, up dog. Out breath, down dog. And then bringing the knees down to the floor. Cross the feet at the ankles, sit back, stretch the legs out. Check you've got a little bit of space behind you. We're going to come into a plow posture if you're happy to do that. But we'll begin in Dandasana. Strong legs, upright, upper body. And then exhaling, pushing forwards into Paschimottanasana, just taking the hands as far forward as is comfortable. Inhale back to Dandasana. And then exhale as you slowly and carefully come back to plow posture. You don't need to bring the feet to the floor. Inhale back to Dandasana, pause there. Exhale, fold forwards. Maybe the hands go a little bit further forwards. Try that a couple more times. We inhale to Dandasana, pause. Exhale, slowly going back to Halasana. If you don't want to do the Halasana, just stay in the Dandasana position and raise the arms. Exhale, forwards to Paschimottanasana. Do that one more time. Inhale, Dandasana. Exhale, Halasana, plow posture. Inhale, back to Dandasana. Exhale, stretching forwards, forward bend, Paschimottanasana. And you can hold the forward stretch for a few breaths, easing into the stretch, slowing the heart rate. So we'll inhale back to Dandasana, and we'll come into the boat posture, Navasana. So do that with the knees bent to start with. Bring the hands behind the knees, sit upright, keep the chest lifting, stretch the arms out. You can stay here with the knees bent, or you could take it a stage further and straighten the legs. So we'll try to do this without supporting the legs with the hands. Either keep the lower legs parallel to the floor or have the legs straight. Take a rest, cross the legs, lean forwards, breathe into the abdomen. We can do this 2 more times. So back to the starting position, support the legs with the hands to begin with, release the legs, keep the lower legs parallel to the floor or legs straight. Cross the legs, lean forwards, breathe into the abdomen. Last time. Lift the legs up. Keep the core muscles active. Keep the upper body lifting, spine nice and straight. Lowering back down, and once more relaxing the abdominal muscles. A few breaths down into the abdomen. So we'll just finish this section with a twist. So standard seated twist. can keep the left leg stretched out as you bring the right foot outside the left leg, or bend the left knee, bringing the foot around to the hip, turning the body to the right. Switching sides. Left foot outside, right leg, rotating the body to the left. Maybe just grasping the knee, maybe bringing the hand further around towards the hip. So we'll come back to face to front, and then we'll just lie all the way down, and we'll do a few windshield wipers. So we'll keep the feet flat to the floor, mat's width, arms stretched out at the sides or goalpost position, and then as you exhale, taking the knees to one side, you turn the head to the other. Breathe in as you come back to the center, breathe out as you take the knees to the opposite side. Easing out any tension that's built up in the back muscles. And then upside down Dandasana, palms flat to the floor, stretch the heels up to the ceiling, and then we're going to lower one leg at a time. So lower the right leg as far as feels comfortable for you. Keep both legs strong, pushing away through the heels. Raise the right leg, lower the left leg. Again, using your core muscles here to support that lowering leg. Raise the left leg, lower the right leg, just as far as is comfortable, not all the way down to the floor. Raise the right leg, lower the left leg. Raise the left leg, one more time, lower the right leg. Raise the right leg, lower the left leg. And then bringing the left leg back up. We're going to either lower both legs straight, slowly to the floor, provided your pelvis is not rolling forwards. If this is too strong, bend at the knees and then bring the feet to the floor. And then we'll finish off with Tadaka Mudra. So stretch away through the heels, bring the hands behind you, push away through the palms. Take a deep breath in, filling the lungs. Breathe all the way out, emptying the air, and then draw the abdomen in and up. And hold for as long as is comfortable. Count of 2 or 3 perhaps. Release. Deep breath into the rib cage. Exhaling all the air. Draw the abdominal muscles up into the rib cage. Hold. Release. One more time. Deep breath in, exhaling. Drawing the abdomen in and releasing. And then bringing the body into Shavasana. Taking the feet further, a little bit wider than the hips width apart. Arms a little away from the sides of the body. Relaxing the hands. Relaxing the whole body. Relaxing the muscles of the face and the jaw. Allowing the breath to come back to a natural rhythm. No longer controlling the breath. No longer shaping the breath. Feeling the whole body coming to a state of absolute stillness and complete relaxation. And staying in Shavasana for as long as you wish. When you're ready to come out, just roll over to one side or the other. Bring the palms together. Om Shantish, Shantish, Shantihi.